Hello there, welcome to this tutorial. Before we begin, kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video and share it with your friends. In this video, we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4, Variant 242, October-November 2018. Question number 1A. The Mueller family are on a holiday in New Zealand. They change some euros and receives $1,962 New Zealand dollars. The exchange rate is €1 is equal to $1.635. Calculate the number of euros they change. Whenever you have a question like that, first write down euro and dollars, and then write down the exchange rate. When the €1 is equal to $1.635. Therefore, 1962 is equal to how many? Cross multiply. 1 multiplied by 1962 is 1962. And 1.635 multiplied by x. This is a multiply. When you bring on the other side, it will be divide. 1962 divided by 1.635 is the x value, which is our euros, 1,200. Therefore, the number of euros that they get is 1,200. A2. The family spends 15% of the New Zealand dollars on a tour. Calculate the number of dollars they have left. Percentage means total is 100, correct? From 100, they spend 15%. So how many percentage is remaining? 85. Therefore, 85% of 1962 is the number of dollars that is left with them. And we will get 1667.70. A3. The family visit two waterfalls, the Humble Falls and the Bridal Veil Falls. The ratio of the heights Humble Falls to Bridal Veil Falls is 5:1. The Humble Falls are 220 meters higher than the Bridal Veil Falls. Calculate the height of the Humble Falls. First, we'll find the Bridal Veil Falls. To do that, we'll divide 220 by the difference of these two numbers, 5 minus 1, 4. And we'll get 55. So that is the Bridal Veil Falls, and Humble Falls are 220 meters higher. So it's going to be 220 plus 55, which is 275 meters. B1. Water flows over the Brown Falls at a rate of 3,680 liters per second. After rain, this rate increases to 9,752 liters per second. Calculate the percentage increase in this rate. To find the percentage increase or decrease, there's a formula which we will apply now. This is the formula we use for percentage increase or decrease. The big number minus the small number divided by the original or the starting value times 100. Therefore, 9,752 minus 3,680. The starting value was 3,680, so that's what we divide by, times by 100. This will give us 165. So the answer is it increased by 165%. B2. After rain, water flows over the Sutherland Falls at a rate of 74,240 liters per second. This is an increase of 45% on the rate before the rain. Calculate the rate before the rain. When there's a percentage increase, add 100 to the percentage increase. You will have 145. Divide by 100, which is 1.45. If it is a decrease, instead of a plus, put a minus. So the rate before or the original value of anything. In this case, it is the rate before the rain times the increase that we got here, 1.45, is equal to your new value. Therefore, the rate before the rain will be 74,240 This here is a multiply. When I bring here, it will be a divide. So 74,240 divided by 1.40. 51,200. That's the answer. So this is a very easy linear equation. We'll first expand the bracket and bring the like terms on one side. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 multiplied by negative 4 is negative 12x. The negative 12, when I bring to the other side, it will become positive 12x. And the 30 will be negative 30. 14x is equal to negative 21. Therefore, x is equal to negative 21 divided by 14. And we'll get negative 1.5. Factorize 12ab cube plus 18a cube b square. 6 times 2 is 12 and 6 times 3 is 18. So the number 6 is common. We'll have a 2 here and a 3 here. Then look at a. We have 1a here and 3a is here. So 1a is common. We'll write the a out. And because we removed the a, there's no a remaining. And from here, we subtracted 1a. 3 minus 1 is 2. So there are 2 a's remaining. Now looking at b, there are 3 b's here and 2 b here. So 2 b's are common. B square is written out. That is cancelled. And from the 3b, if you minus 2, you will have 1b. So that's your answer. 6ab square bracket 2b plus 3a square. If for some reason you find this difficult, then just expand it like this and write it. 3a, so a cube means 3a, b and b. Put a bracket. 6 times 2 and 6 times 3. The 6 goes out and we'll be left with a 2 and a 3 here. There is one a here and there is one a here. That a will write out. So what will remain? 2 a's will remain. That is a square. And then you will have 2b which are common. We'll write it out. So there are no b's remaining. There's one b remaining here, but no b remaining here. And we got the answer the same as we got before. 6ab square bracket 2b plus 3a square bracket closed. Simplify 1. When you have a question of simplifying indices, first let's multiply the numbers. 5 multiplied by 2, 10. And then you have a. a3 multiplied by a2. Whenever there's a multiplication involved and the base is same, we add the power. So 3 plus 2, 5. The c will do the same thing. There's a c here and a c here. There's a multiply sign in the middle. So we will add the powers. 2 plus 7, 9. For part 2, we have in a bracket and the power is 3 over 4. This 3 over 4 is a power to all the terms which are inside. So 16 to the power of 3 over 4, a to the power of 8 multiplied by 3 over 4, and c12 multiplied by 3 over 4. This you can put directly in the calculator and you will get 8. There's this rule that if you have a to the power of b bracket and there's a power outside the bracket, we multiply the powers, b multiplied by c. So 8 times 3 over 4 will give us 6. So a to the power of 6. And 12 times 3 over 4 will give us 9. Therefore, c to the power of 9. This is our answer. Y is inversely proportional to the square of x plus 2. When x is 3, y is 2. Find y when x is 8. Inversely proportional means y is equal to k over whatever equation they tell us to form, with in this case it is square of x plus 2, so x plus 2 square. The first thing you need to do is find k, the constant of proportionality, by replacing the y and the x value given to you. So y is 2 and x is 3. 2 is equal to k over 25. Therefore, 2 multiplied by 25 is equal to k, which is 50 is equal to k. So we got our equation y is equal to 50 over x plus 2 square. When x is 8, what is the value of y? We can find that by replacing x with 8. And we will get 0.5. So y is equal to 0.5. Write it as a single fraction in its simplest form. Rewrite the question again. We'll leave space in between. For writing in a single fraction, you have to have a common denominator. To have a common denominator, we'll multiply by 2 in the numerator and the denominator here, and we will multiply by x minus 2 here. Now we'll expand it. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10, minus x minus 5 and x minus 2. The reason I'm putting it in a bracket is that there's a negative, so we have to be a bit careful. X minus 2. Don't expand the bracket in the denominator for now. We will expand the inside bracket. We'll do it on the side. We'll expand here on the side. X times x is x square. X multiplied by negative 2 is negative 2x. Negative 5 multiplied by x, negative 5x. And negative 5 multiplied by negative 2 is positive 10. And when we simplify it, we'll get x squared minus 7x plus 10. That is what we'll write here, x squared minus 7x plus 10 over 2x minus 2. Before we move further, there's an other way to expand this. If your x is alone, it doesn't have any other coefficient, you will write x squared. Add these two numbers, negative 5 plus negative 2 will give you negative 7x. Put an x next to it. And then you multiply these two numbers, negative 5 multiplied by negative 2, positive 10. So this is a faster way of getting the expansion. Now we'll open the bracket up here. 10 minus x squared plus 7x minus 10 over 2x minus 2. The 10 and the negative 10 will get cancelled. Rearrange it. So 7x minus x squared. Open the bracket up. 2x minus 4. This is our answer. Question 3 is a transformation question. Part A. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. Triangle A onto triangle B. You can see that the shape has been changed, and so it is but the size is the same. So it is a rotation, and it's 90 degrees clockwise from the center 0, 0. Use a tracing paper and you will be able to find whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise and what is the degree. The center is usually 0, 0 in most of the cases. Sometimes it might be different. B. On the grid, draw the image of triangle A after reflection in the x-axis. This is your x-axis, so this image will reflect it this side. And after reflection, it will look like this. So this is your B1. For B2, triangle A after translation by the vector 7, negative 5. The top one represents your x and the down number y. If it is positive, your x will go to the right and your y point will move up. And if it is negative, it will move to the left and the y will go down. As your x is positive, So we will move 7 to the right. 1, 2, I'm choosing this point here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a new point, and it goes down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the point from where you have to draw the triangle. You don't need to find the other point. Just look at the diagram. There are 2 squares here and 3 squares down. So 3 down and join it here. This is your B2. B3. Triangle A after the transformation represented by the matrix 0.50, 0, 0.5. If you have here numbers, that means that is your scale factor for enlargement. So, and the origin, the center is your origin. From the vertices of the triangle, draw a straight line passing through the origin, like this. And then the scale factor is 0.5, so we will find the new points. This point from the center is 1, 2, 3, 4 squares away. So 4 times half is 2. So that's your new point here. And for this vertex, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times half is 2. 1, 2. This is your new point. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So 2. This is your triangle B3. Question number 4. The diagram shows a right angle triangle ABC. The height and the base has been given to us. The area of the triangle is 30 square centimeter. Show that 2x squared plus 3x minus 20 is equal to 0. They have given us all this information so that we use it. Area of triangle, a right angle triangle, is half times base times height. Replace whatever values you have. Area is 30. Your base is 4 bracket x minus 1. Sorry, that's your height, and your base is 2x plus 5. Half times 4 will give us 2. So we have 2x minus 1, 2x plus 5. We can divide the 30 by 2, remaining x minus 1 and 2x plus 5. 30 divided by 2 is 15. 15 is equal to, now we'll expand this bracket. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 5 plus 5x. Negative 1 multiplied by 2x is negative 2x. And negative 1 multiplied by 5 will be negative 5. We'll bring the 15 also to this side. So 2x, 5x minus 2x is plus 3x. Negative 5 minus 15 is equal to 0. When you simplify it, 2x squared plus 3x minus 20 is equal to 0. So we found the equation. Part B. Use factorization to solve the equation 2x squared plus 3x minus 20. First, let's write down what is our A. A is 2, the number before x squared. B is 3, the number before x. And C is the constant which does not have any x to it. When you multiply your A and C, we will get 2 multiplied by negative 20, negative 40. The factors of negative 40, if you add them together, should give you your B. B is 3. So 1 times 40, don't use the negative sign now. 2 times 20, 4 times 10, 5 times 8. 5 times 8, if I put a negative to 5, negative 5 multiplied by 8 is negative 40. Negative 5 plus 8 is 3. So these are our factors. We can, the first number and the last number will be the same, 2x squared minus 20. And in between you will write negative 5x plus 8x. In place of the 3x, we write negative 5x plus 8x. Make it into two parts. What is common here? X. So you will have 2x minus 5. Repeat it again. This and this should be the same. What number will come out if you factorize 8x minus 20? You know that 2 times 4 is 8. So plus 4, we'll write it out. You have x plus 4 and 2x minus 5 equals 0. Therefore, x plus 4 is equal to 0 and x is equal to negative 4, or 2x minus 5 is equal to 0 and x is equal to 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5. In most of the calculators, you can solve the quadratic equation. You have to substitute your a, which is 2, b, which is 3, and c, which is negative 20. Different calculators have different mode and all. So you have to do mode, find the equation, and then find quadratic. It will be written as ax squared plus bx plus c. So when you substitute in place of x2 and in place of x3 and in place of c negative 20, and you press the equal button, you will get x is equal to negative 4 and x is equal to 5 over 2. But we cannot write this directly or you won't get your marks. Bring the negative 4 to this side, it will become positive 4. The 2 multiply by x, so you have 2x is equal to 5. And after that step, bring the 5 here, it will be negative 5, so 2x minus 5. You can start from this step, make it equal to 0, and then continue with the other steps here. Next part, calculate base c. For base c, we cannot use x is equal to negative 4 because length cannot be negative, so we are going to use x is equal to 2.5. To find base c, we have to first find AB and AC. So let's find AB. AB is equal to 4. In place of x, we'll put 2.5. And this will give us 6. Now we'll find AC. Again, we'll replace the x with 2.5. It will give us 10. As it is a right angle triangle, we will use the Pythagoras theorem. A square plus b square is equal to c square, where c is your hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the side opposite your right angle. So BC is our hypotenuse. Therefore, we can write it as C is equal to A square plus B square square root. AC we found is 10. So we'll write 10 square. And B we found is 6. So therefore 6 square. 11.66 rounded to one decimal place. 11.7 centimeter is your BC. The table shows some values of y is equal to x cubed minus 3x minus 1, and we have to complete the table of values. So only two values are not given. It's a 2-mark question, very easy and one of the most repeated questions. Please remember to put it in a bracket. I replace the x with negative 2 and you will get negative 3. Same way, in place of x, substitute 3 and you will get 17. Part B. Draw the graph of y is equal to x cubed minus 3x minus 1. for negative 3 to 3. So all the values that we have here, we have to plot it on the graph. This is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. In the x-axis, every one square, the small square, represents 0.1. And for the y-axis, every two squares represent 1 unit. So when x is negative 3, y is negative 19. When x is negative 2.5, which is here, y is negative 9.1. When x is negative 2, y is negative 3, somewhere here. When x is 1.5, negative 1.5, y is 0.1. And when x is negative 1, y is 1. And that's how we will plot all the points. Now we have to join them together and make a smooth curve. This is how your curve will look like after you join the points. Part C. A straight line through 0, negative 17 is a tangent to the graph of y is equal to x cubed minus 3x minus 1. On the grid, draw this tangent. So we have to draw a tangent that passes from 0 to negative 17. It will draw a line like this. Tangent means it touches the graph at only one point. So this is how we draw the tangent passing from 0 to negative 7. C2, find the coordinates of the point where the tangent meets your graph. The tangent meets the graph at this point here, when x is 2 and y is 1. So when x is 2 and y is 1. C3, find the equation of the tangent. Give your answer in the form y is equal to mx plus c. To find the tangent, we need to find the gradient. We have 2 points, 2 and 1, and 0 and negative 17. Gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 1 minus 17 over 2 minus 0 will give us 18 over 2, which is 9. So gradient is 9. And we are going to use this equation, y is equal to mx plus c. We already found our m. We have to find our c. Usually we replace either this point or this point in this equation and find the c. But for this question, we know the c. C is the y-intercept. It is where it cuts the y-axis. So the point where it cuts the y-axis is negative 17. Therefore, we can replace the m with 9 minus 17. 9x minus 17 is the equation of the tangent. Part D. By drawing a suitable straight line on the grid, solve the equation x cubed minus 6x minus 3. Let's write down the equation of the graph which we have drawn. And now we will write down this equation. Leave some space here and write equal to 0. This graph, how can we make it or transform it into this graph? You have negative 6x here, and if I want to make it into negative 3x, I will have to add plus 3x. If I add a 3x on my left hand side, I also have to add a 3x on my right hand side. And for the number, I have negative 3 here and negative 1 in my original equation. To change negative 3 to negative 1, I have to add 2. So that's what I'm going to add on this side also, plus 2. So this is the line you have to draw. Y is equal to 3x plus 2. We need to find 2 points for drawing the graph. Instead of making the whole table, we can substitute x as 0. Therefore, when x is 0, y is 2. That's your first point, 0 and 2. And then when y is 0, so in place of y, we'll substitute 0 and make x the subject. Negative 2 is equal to 3x divided by 3. negative 2 over 3 is equal to x. So your other point is negative 2 over 3, 0. Now we'll join these 2 points together on the graph. So we have 0 and 2, 1 and 2, and negative 2/3, you can round it to, you will get 0.66, negative 0.66. 7, we'll round it to negative 0.7, and that will be here. So these 2 points will join together into a straight line. So we have drawn the line. We have to find the 3 values of x. It means where this line intersects our curve. So the 3 x's is, one is here, this point here, one is this point here, and the other is here. So which are the 3 points? When x is equal to negative 2.2, and here when x is equal to negative 0.6, and this one when x is equal to 2.7. We have been given a range of negative 2.2 to negative 2.1, and negative 0.6 to negative 0.4, and 2.6 to 2.8. Kindly watch the part 2 for solutions for question number 6 onwards. Thank you for watching.